Have you ever noticed how some people get excited when guests are coming over, while others feel their stomach tighten the moment someone says, "We should come to your place"? If you're the kind of person who would rather meet at a cafe, take a long walk, or even sit in a car talking, instead of hosting people at home, this video is for you. And no, it doesn't mean you're rude, antisocial, or secretly hate everyone. The real reason goes much deeper than that. For some people, home is not just a building with walls and furniture. It's a carefully built comfort zone. It's where your mind finally slows down. The lighting feels right. The silence feels safe. Your routine flows without effort. You know where everything is, and nothing feels demanding. Your home works with your nervous system, not against it. So when visitors enter that space, it doesn't just feel like company coming over. It feels like the entire balance of your environment is being disturbed. People who feel uncomfortable hosting visitors often aren't bothered by mess or effort alone. What really affects them is disruption. Their home has a rhythm, and that rhythm is personal. When someone sits in a certain chair, uses the bathroom, opens windows, or simply moves around differently, it changes the feeling of the space. Psychologists describe this as environmental comfort. Some people are highly sensitive to their surroundings, and even small changes can feel overwhelming. Hosting also comes with an invisible mental workload that most people underestimate. It's not just cleaning, it's guest cleaning. Suddenly, you notice details you normally ignore. You start thinking about smells, sounds, temperature, food choices, drinks, timing, and social expectations. Your brain starts running non-stop calculations. Who might be hungry? Who might be uncomfortable? Is the conversation flowing? Is it time to offer something? Is it too quiet? Too loud? This constant mental activity is called cognitive load, and hosting pushes it into overdrive. Another big reason hosting feels uncomfortable is because your home turns into a performance space. Even if no one is judging you, your brain acts like they are. Your taste, your habits, your lifestyle suddenly feel exposed. The books on your shelf, the way your space looks, even how you live day to day, can start to feel like they're being evaluated. This is known as impression management, the effort we put into controlling how others perceive us. Hosting makes that effort intense and exhausting, for introverts especially. This experience can feel draining on a deep level. Introverts recharge through solitude and familiarity. Hosting requires social interaction while also managing your environment, which doubles the energy cost. It's like trying to relax while staying alert at the same time. Your body wants calm, but your role as a host demands attention, engagement, and responsiveness. There's also something very human and very old at play here. Humans are territorial by nature. Our living space represents safety, control, and identity. Environmental psychologists explain that personal space is where we feel most authentic. At home, you don't have to perform. You can be quiet, unproductive, or completely yourself. When guests arrive, that private space becomes shared, and the rules change. You're no longer just existing, you're hosting. This shift can be especially hard for people with anxiety or sensory sensitivity. Other people's voices change the sound of the room. Their movements disrupt stillness. Their energy changes the atmosphere. Even small things, like someone talking loudly or adjusting the temperature, can feel overwhelming. It's not about being dramatic. It's about how deeply your nervous system relies on familiarity and control. Your home is often designed to support your well-being in subtle ways. The lighting isn't too harsh. The sounds are predictable. The smells are comforting. Everything works together to keep you regulated. Psychologists call this environmental mastery, shaping your surroundings to support mental health. When visitors arrive, you start adjusting everything for them.
Why does this
and your
always
own
happen?
comfort
I can't
quietly
believe this.
disappears.
All right, I'll try
Hosting
again.
also requires vulnerability. You're letting people see how you live, not just who you are in public. This kind of exposure can feel intimate and risky. Researcher Brené Brown describes vulnerability as uncertainty, emotional exposure, and risk, and hosting checks all three boxes. Your home reflects your inner world, and allowing people into it can feel deeply personal. Social media has made this even harder. Online, hosting looks perfect. Beautiful tables, effortless laughter, flawless homes. What we
can't
don't
leave.
see is the stress
Why does
behind the
this have to
scenes.
try?
Comparing your real life to someone
Here
else's
goes.
highlight reel creates pressure that turns simple visits into emotional projects. Suddenly, having someone over feels like it needs planning, preparation, and perfection. There's also the issue of control and exit. When you meet people outside your home, you always have an escape. You can leave when you're tired. You can shorten the interaction. But when people are in your space, you're stuck. You can't leave your own home. You can't fully relax. You have to stay on until the visit ends. And that loss of control can feel genuinely stressful. So if you feel uncomfortable hosting visitors, it doesn't mean you're unfriendly or broken. It means your sense of peace is closely tied to your environment. Protecting that space is how you protect your mental health. Maybe you prefer meeting friends outside, visiting others instead, or keeping your home as a private retreat. That's not selfish. That's
I hope they like it.
self-aware. Your comfort
Hello? I brought you a
matters.
gift.
Your sanctuary matters. And understanding your limits is a sign of emotional intelligence, not weakness. Before you click away, let me ask you something important. When was the last time you felt truly relaxed in your own space, without needing to explain yourself, entertain anyone, or manage anyone's comfort? If the answer is only when I'm alone, then this video wasn't just information, it was validation. Because protecting your home isn't about pushing people away, it's about pulling yourself back together. And here's the truth most people never talk about. The world constantly demands your energy, your attention, your patience. So if your home is the one place where you protect your peace fiercely, that doesn't make you difficult. It makes you self-aware in a world that rarely slows down. If this video made you feel understood, hit the like button so the algorithm knows this topic matters. Subscribe to this channel if you want more psychology-based videos that explain your feelings in simple words without judgment. And comment below, do you prefer meeting people outside or keeping your home private? You'll be surprised how many people feel exactly like you. Because on this channel, we don't shame quiet minds or protected spaces. We explain them.